Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Bleach chapter review. Of course, this chapter today is 674, Father 2. So let's get started and let's delve into this a bit further. Let's see if it's true what you watch says and see if this is actually verifies that he's indeed Ichigo's father. And if it does, I doubt Ichigo will go to his side to begin with. So we start at the top of page 1. Frozen in the face of overwhelming power. So Orihime runs towards Ichigo. We're done talking. It's been fun. So you remember the last fight Uryu had, one of the Stern Riders. Of course, they were talking. Because he originally thought he can finish off Uryu before the sun, of course, before the sun basically rolls. But apparently that didn't happen to be true. And with that being said, he was still alive, but just exhausted and beat up. And now Ichigo goes towards U-Watch and shows up and just pretty much raises his spiritual energy to pretty much set the mold for battle. And then he attacks him, and then U-Watch releases his energy as well, and his unleashes his true power as well. And this is Orihime in shock, and Orihime goes and chases in after Ichigo as well. So let's see what has happened here in this particular let's see what's gonna happen, what's gonna go down this particular chapter. Let me show you what I can do, Ichigo. So overflowing darkness, Father 2. So at the top of page 6, here we go. So we see Ichigo right there, of course, a little beat up, but not that terribly beat up, because he actually unleashed his power and that kind of caused some damage to him of some sort. Of course, Ichigo got angered to the point where he reveals that he is his father, to no extent. As you can see on the top of page 7, he's actually rushing towards U-Watch because he keeps repeating, yeah, I'm your father, and Ichigo refuses to believe it. And says, no, Ishin is my father, not you. And you have Hagori Minatow saying, wait Kurosaki, and he attacks regardless. Charged in so recklessly and dragging the poor woman here with you. Did your hatred cloud your mind and make you forget? Don't be so impatient. So U-Watch pretty much says it. Your anger and your hatred is making you impatient, and you're forgetting you can't rush into battle. And he's also blaming him for dragging Orihime with him. And it seemed like he was actually able to land a blow on Ichigo, mind you, because Ichigo is angry. So when somebody's angry and you're rushing into things, you can't think clearly. Thus, you make more mistakes, and you're prone to making more mistakes. So you will be devoured by me. Your death is inevitable. So let's not rush things and enjoy ourselves a bit more. You have no idea how much time it took and how many sets of circumstances had to line up just right to have you created. So cease your impunity, imperiousness, and stop making light of your so important life. So basically, U-Watch says it took a lot of parameters for me to pretty much create you as quote unquote his child, and therefore you should stop your senseless fighting and just accept your death at my hand. So basically, even if he was his son, he really much doesn't care much for Ichigo overall. Your body, your power, they were never yours alone to begin with, Ichigo. They returned to their rightful owner. So spew out every last bit of your power and then die, Ichigo. So Ichigo is not doing very well right now. He's getting beat up at this point. And not to say the least, I'm not surprised or shocked by it, because usually this is what happens first. He faces a powerful enemy, and he is no match for the enemy. Usually what happens afterwards, he gets like some sort of power or something around around those parameters. But right now we don't see any power-ups coming so far, unless if he has a hollow, he's hiding that. And U-Watch explains that power was never his to begin with, and he's trying to allude to that the power he currently has belongs to him. We'll turn around right over there, Renji, right. As soon as Rukia and Renji go to make their little turnaround, of course, it seems as if though, yep, Byakuya grabs him. Renji, Rukia, you two go join up with Kurosaki Ichigo. I'm sure you can sense his Retsu. That thing is on Yuwash's level. So somebody says that thing is on Yuwash's level. So it's like, what the heck? But what are you hesitating for? Don't think so highly of yourselves now. I'm not implying that Kurosaki needs your strength. I'm saying that I have no need for either of you here. If I have finally made myself clear, you're excused. So basically, for the first time ever, Byakuya excuses Renji and Rukia. So because he no longer needs their help, no longer needs them at their side because he's strong enough. But he also thinks, don't think too highly of yourself because I'm excusing you. I'm just telling you, go and help your friend. That's all. And with reply to say, yes, sir, we appreciate your candor. We'll come back. They saw right through you. Your concern for them, that is. So even Hitsugaya was able to see, like, yeah, by the way, they saw right through you. The fact that you're actually worried for them. So basically, Byakuya didn't cover that up properly. And he's telling him that, and then he has that blank face, he's looking inside. I was like, oh, yeah, I never cared about them as if. I choose my words carefully, with the with intent of them reading between the lines. You don't say. But you sure you're okay with that? They really should be heading to where Kurosaki is. So he sends them towards Ichigo, and of course, we know that Hitsugaya is an adult state. He's more mature than usual, and a bit more playful as well, which is why I like his adult version better. He pretty much tells them, "Are you sure that was the best thing you can do? Send him towards Ichigo's way." And of course, that's basically what he asks him. I don't know if you ever attended Spiritual Arts Academy, but at the academy, we weren't taught to fight for our superiors or for our families. To the best of their abilities, all Shinigami protect all their friends and humans with their very lives. You and I may be fellow acquaintances with Kurosaki. So Hitsugaya also makes it clear that he attended school, and he said, well, in our school back in the day, Shinigamis are actually allowed to protect friends with their lives. So basically, they're saying that now that we are Ichigo's friends, it is our duty to protect him as well. It's not just Rukia's and Renji's, but those two, they are Ichigo's close friends. So basically explains Renji and Rukia are just as close to him as that they are, so that gives them the even better right to actually meet up with Ichigo at Yuwatch's place. As Shinigami, if they are going to draw their blades, I think it would be appropriate for them to do it alongside Kurosaki. Deciding what's right and wrong, very Shinigami-like teachings. Be it right or wrong, they probably go to him anyways. Indeed. So even if they were not excused, they were disobey their captain and go to help Ichigo regardless. Because we've seen that over and over again in the series. So Ichigo's fought Espadas, he needed help, they were ordered not to go, and they pretty much went regardless. Even with the head captain telling them, no, do not go. But they decide to help Ichigo regardless, no matter if it's the head captain saying no, or even if it's their own captain saying no, they'll still refuse and they'll go. Because they're just so close as friends that in the school they taught them, you are Shinigami, you protect your friends, you don't backstab them. So all people exist based on scales. How they live, what they encounter, the totality of how they live their lives. It all progresses based on their scale of right and wrong. You decide for yourself what you split up and place on each side of the scale. And those fragments of right or wrong that you split apart pile up on another into the form of a person. So basically each decision in life you make is like a balance. It's like a triple beam balance, really. So if the balance is offset, that means you pay attention more to one thing than you did to the other in life. So basically, each of these balances pretty much dictates in a form or another human's life what's going to happen. Hence, your kids. And that's what they explain right there in that small spot. So that is what makes you who you are. So we see Uryu here on the floor, groveling on the floor, bleeding. Even you, that is how you came to be the man you're today, Ishida Uryu. But I cannot see your form, the you that was built up from your choices on your scales of right and wrong. That is the you I cannot see. So who is the actual Ishida Uryu? Is it truly your earnest desire to put your life on the line for those shadow, heartless humans? Feel free to get off your soapbox now. Who is the real Ishida Uryu, you ask? How could I possibly answer something as vague as that? So basically, he's asking him a question that to him sounds empty. Like basically, who is the real Ishida Uryu? Will you protect those worthless humans of yours? Which is why you're fighting me? Or you're here just to join our side and just take over Soul Society, which is basically the original plan we came to do. So with that question, he says it's vague, so it's not worth answering, basically. The truth is, I won't know the answer either until I see all of you drop like flies. So that's how it is. So basically, he makes it clear I'm not gonna see him. I makes it clear that to you guys, Stern Riders don't drop like flies. I won't know the answer. This was rather unexpected. I never imagined this portal we used decades ago would still be in working order. I'm grateful to your old man. Thanks to his quick wits, he used it to escape back when he was exiled. Indeed, it's the one and only time I've ever been grateful for my father's sticky-fingered habits. Speaking ill of your own father, and you always wondered why people called you a bad son. So, Ishii says, oh, you're speaking ill about your father, now some people regard you as a bad son overall. So basically, with that being said, it seems as if though that was the end of the chapter. Right there. Yep, so that was the end. A picture of Ishin and Uryu's dad, of course. That's what we're left with, and it seems that they'll be joining the battle now. And it seems like they're the only two that know how to really defeat Yuwash. And if this is the case, you get to see that in possibly Father 3, 674. Thank you for joining me today. This is this reaction review on Bleach chapter 674, and have yourself a great day.